We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. A big pickup there for the Eagles, first down, 18 yards. Play action. Here's Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marcus Epps. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, then take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Following the interception, Cousins out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. We're scoreless after one. Here we go now on first and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Grant Calcaterra taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Hurts will throw. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. To try again after the sack, Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Cousins. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
Finding room at midfield, down the left sideline. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Throwing is Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings have cut the lead back down to 2.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. They go play action with Hurts.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They'll set up to throw.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue. Almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Cook.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's got room. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They'll run with Cook into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown!
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Cook running on 1st down, but this defense up to the task there as they stop him before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1 officially.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They run it again with Cook. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here's Cousins.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check line 33. Check line 33. Rip left. Rip left. Check 24. Check 24. Go, Reed. Go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They run again on first down. Cook, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Chris Watkins.
29 yards.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. A third quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
First down, here's Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and
he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. So an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 41 yards.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Now Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Cook running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Cousins to throw.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
One last shot now for Cousins.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida.
Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To throw is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Brady again. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. The 40. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and
themselves. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First play and a first pass for Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 40 now on second down. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. 7 yards there and a first down. Cousins now. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll throw again. Cousins.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there, gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Trying the power game with Ham. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Once more, it's the fullback Ham. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Hey, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Cousins on 1st down. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jordan Hicks coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out. And there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 74 yards. And the Vikings have moved out in front.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that makes the score 14-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Cousins. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Joseph on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Following the interception, Cousins. Here's a diving catch right side. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Final play of the half. Cousins steps away to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and All tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is,
he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. So back them up 5, and it becomes a 37-yard extra point.
And it doesn't seem like a whole lot, does it? But every kicker I've talked to, they've been stressing about the PAT, the extra point. Wait.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the goal line here. So the lead will remain at 6 points. Oh, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, they just scored. They got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
and this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll try the middle with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They go play action. Cousins on the move to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 19-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And a little quarterback draw option works to perfection for him.
Yeah, it's hard to account for the quarterback in most situations on defense, and that's why the quarterback draw is so successful. Everyone else covered, makes a little fake, runs into the end zone.
3 quarters have come and gone.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. He'll get it inside the 20.
A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards.
Well, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
78 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down.
Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, Cook. And some space here.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Cook up the gut. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air? The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. On play action, Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. It's caught at the 10. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Fields on 3rd down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
20!
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now Cook running right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw, Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Fourth down, Cousins. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
7-7, our score after one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's got it down to the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields.
And his throw is incomplete.
Velus Jones is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
3rd and 2, Fields steps away. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
Here's Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
To the air again, Fields.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Third and short yardage. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. Is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Cousins. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. First target, first catch, and a first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, an 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Joseph now to have the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
Velus Jones,
49 yards. And the Bears are back within a score.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
A first down throw for Cousins. Roll. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A give. This is Cook.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
On third down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They run. Cook.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins now. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. Oh, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop him. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
On 1st down, Fields.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. After the sack on 1st down, Fields under pressure, and they got to him again.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
4th down, Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll try the middle with Cook. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
Gets around him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins here to throw. Out to his left.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A kind of a lucky break.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
His throw incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?